Hello again, everyone. I am here today with a few inks that I'm going to swatch for you all. These are all from separate orders, or maybe two orders, I think, from Van Ness Pens, and then I think I got this one from Endless Pens. So I have here Diamine Mulled Wine, which is one of the colors from the 2019 Inkvent calendar. I have been using the different little bottles, and this one particularly spoke to me. I really like this color, Mulled Wine. So I'm actually going to swatch this, even though I have the smaller bottle swatched in here. I'm going to swatch it in the place where I have my full bottles swatched. So I'm going to swatch that. And then I have Tatia, which I have never purchased before this, any Tatia ink. So I've already actually filled a pen with it because it is so pretty, but I haven't swatched it yet. And this is in the navy blue. So this is in their blue jeans collection. They have a bunch of different blue jean washes for their inks, and this is the one that I got, the navy blue. And then this is a Robert Oster ink called Sydney Lavender. And basically I've been trying to find a purple that is not as light as the Viola from Robert Oster. I mean, it's a beautiful ink and I'll still continue to use it, but this one seemed a little darker and might be more appropriate for some pens. So we'll see when we swatch it. And then I've never actually purchased any Waterman ink before this either. So this is Waterman in Mysterious Blue, and I've heard that it's a very well-behaved ink, so I wanted to try it out. All right, and I think these are pretty much all the same size. So let's see, this is 50 milliliters, this is 50 milliliters, and it comes in this beautiful little bottle. I love the bottle for the blue series is what they're calling that at Diamine. This is a little bit less, this is 40 milliliters, and actually when I opened it, it seemed like the level of ink was fairly low for the bottle. Yeah, that was kind of something that took me by surprise there. And then Robert Oster, how much ink do they have in their bottles? This is 50 milliliters. So basically, these are all 50 milliliters, and this one is 40. So if you see those and you want a specific amount, just keep that in mind. All right. So I do have my little swatch tools here. As usual, I'm going to put a link to my setup for this swatch book that I have set up in a Chic Sparrow E-Class. And that'll give you links to all of the tools I'm using today and give you some background on the setup here that I have. So let's go ahead and set these off to the side a little bit and open this up. I already have a page set aside here. I think I'm actually going to put it on this side because then the inks from that are coming through from the other page here won't be distracting us today, although I probably will do that a different day. So we're going to work here. And because I have there's 4 slots here. So let's see, and I also have some water off to the side in a little pot. Let me actually open that real quick, okay, so that I can rinse out my pens here that I have. And I also have a paper towel. So that is pretty much it. I'm gonna stand these up and we're gonna do one at a time. I'm gonna do the Tatia first, and I am gonna zoom in a little bit so that you can see this book a little better. And then I'm also going to hold this up to the camera towards the end so that you can see them a little bit better. So this is actually a lovely blue color, and it has really nice shading. As you can see, it's very pigmented from the cap, but it's very pretty. So let's go ahead and dip my automatic pen in here. See, you can see that the level is fairly low. I was actually pretty surprised at how low it was in the bottle. And it was a little bit of trouble to set a fountain pen all the way in there and fill it. So that's something to know about this particular bottle. I don't think you're gonna have that problem with the other bottles here, but because the bottle is so shallow, it can cause some troubles with filling your ink. I ended up having to tilt the bottle for it to be in the right location. But as you can see, it is a lovely, lovely shade of blue. And as it dries, you will see the shading coming out as well. And I'm just rinsing off my automatic pen. So this one does seem a little staining, which is interesting considering the pen I put it in. which I will show in a different video. That was a new pen that I put it in, which I will reveal in the future. Okay, and I'm gonna dip in here with the glass pen. Let's do some squiggles. So this is Tatia, and it is, what is it, number 3 navy blue. And I'm going to put in parentheses here the jeans collection, because they have like an, I don't know if they have an acid wash actually, but they have sort of like a faded jeans color. They have this, which is obviously a dark jean color. They have a black jeans. There's a whole variety. And I think most of, if not the whole set, can be purchased on Van Ness Pens, which I'll put a link to for that. And let's go ahead with the blue theme and go with this Waterman Mysterious Blue. And again, very pigmented here, as you can see from the cap. I'm gonna go ahead and dip in. Yeah, and this bottle is pretty full as compared to this other one. And you can see a little bit, this jeans one has a little bit of a reddish sheen to it, which is very pretty. And this is pretty, but it does seem kind of like, you know, a fairly, I don't want to say normal, fairly normal blue. Yeah, that's about it. It looked a little bit more mysterious, let's say, on the swatch on the website. So let's see. Just based on that swatch, it seems like this might run a little dry, but we'll see. See how that goes. It did rinse off really easily off of the automatic pen. Definitely not as hard to get off as the Tatia. So this is Waterman Mysterious Blue. I mean, it is a beautiful blue color. I tend to lean towards ink colors that not necessarily are unusual, but that have something a little different about them than just say the color of like a blue pen when you would just get off the shelf. But now that this is drying, it's actually developing a little bit more character. So maybe I judged that one a little too quickly. And you can actually see on the rim of the bottle here that it is going to have some red sheen to it. That's showing up on the rim of the bottle there. Okay, so let's go with lavender next, moving into the red, going from blue to red. So this is the Sydney Lavender by Robert Oster. Okay, let's go ahead and dip that in there. Oh yeah, that's a really beautiful purple. Okay, that's pretty much exactly what I was looking for, because I didn't want something super deep, because I already have the Ackerman Vorhut Violet, which is very deep purple, which is beautiful, but it does seem to stain a little bit, but I really love that color. But this is somewhere in between, which is nice. That's a very beautiful shade of violet. Okay, let me turn this around so I remember what it's called. Glass dip pen. Robert Oster. Sydney Lavender. All right. Yeah, beautiful color. I'm going to screw that cap on a little better here in a minute. You rinse off and wipe off my glass pen. Oh, that's a lovely, as it dries, it's getting a lot of really beautiful nuances. Oh, that's perfect. That is like the purple I have been looking for. Excellent. Okay, so this is mulled wine, and I already know I like this color because I bought a whole bottle based on the small bottle. It's a really beautiful sort of deep garnet red. It reminds me a little bit of Robert Oster's Astorquizza Rot, but it is different enough. I think it's a little lighter in tone. It's so beautiful. Oops. Very beautiful red. And what's kind of interesting about it is depending on the pen you have it in, it can appear darker or lighter. This really probably would have been the better color to put in my new red pen that I have. But yeah, I'm just hoping that the Tatia navy blue isn't too hard to wash out of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the dip pen in there. And it does have some lovely shading. So this is Diamine Mulled Wine. Lovely color. And I do like me a good dark red, so that's perfect. These are beautiful. Yeah, very beautiful. Good choices, I say to myself. Okay, so let me go ahead and put these closer up to the camera here. So here's this beautiful Tatia blue. It's almost entirely dry. In the sample over there, you can see that lovely red shading. It's a beautiful color. This is kind of one of my perfect blue colors, quite frankly. And then here we have the Waterman Mysterious Blue, which I would say is, you know, not so mysterious, personally, I would say. But it is a beautiful blue. It does have a little bit of red sheen there, which is nice. And although the red sheen doesn't seem to be coming off in the writing all that much, I think it would really depend on which pen you end up putting it in. And then this is the Robert Oster Sydney Lavender. It has some beautiful shading, and it does look like it has a little bit of sheen too, although it's not coming out too well, and it's kind of hard to tell with that one spot still wet. And then we have the Diamine Mulled Wine, which seems to have already dried, and that definitely has some shading going on, and that's another reason why I like it. It has shading going on, but it's not too dramatic, and you can still see it pretty well. Like the writing is very visible still. All right, well, those are beautiful colors. Okay, so this is the first batch of inks from 2021. So far 2021 has been a real pile of crap, just like 2020. But let's cross our fingers for, you know, things getting better. Oh, I hope so. All right. Well, that's all I had for you today. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos on my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I will hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.